So we had discussed about our storage component. We told that we have S3 storage where I can go ahead and put unlimited storage. Now then I told that storage is something which on Amazon you get free of, or you get unlimited storage. So for me, if I have to say what is S3, so S3 will provide the developers and the IT team a secure, a durable, and highly scalable object storage. So secure means that it will be 100% safe. Durable means that if you go ahead today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 10 years, 5 years, your data will stay intact. Nothing will happen to your data. It is highly scalable in the sense that today, if you use 2 GB and tomorrow you want 2 TB, then you can make those changes, or you get the storage as per the demand. And then it is easy to use. There is a simple web interface where you can upload and download data at any point of time from anywhere, and you just need an internet connectivity. When we started talking about storage, we told generally storage is of 3 types. The S3 is object-based storage, where you can just connect yourself to the internet, then you can upload your object to S3. We told that we have Elastic Block System or Elastic Block, Amazon Elastic Block System, where we go ahead and use block storages. These are block storages because the memory is adjacent to each other and mostly used by EC2 instances to host a website, a dynamic website, or a database where speed matters a lot. Then we told that there is a possibility that there is some item which is to be shared with multiple users. In that context, we want to use EFS, where we will share the memory with multiple individuals. Then we started with S3 and we told S3 is object-based. When I say S3 is object-based, I simply mean to say that S3, you can go ahead and upload anything. The file extension does not matter. Whatever you store here is stored in a key value format, and this key value format is something which will help you to easily retrieve your data. We will be talking about version, then ACL and metadata and all those things. So this is how a bucket looks like. You give a unique name to the bucket, and the bucket name should always be unique. Whatever you put inside, you will get a link address, which you can make private or public as per your requirement. So we will go till that point and then we will come back again. So if you remember yesterday, what we did is we created S3 bucket. So let me just go to that S3 bucket. Let me log into my, 1 second. Let me log in. 1 second. So let me go to S3. And in S3, I have the bucket which I created yesterday, and this one I will delete because I'm going to create a fresh one now. Okay, so yesterday when I started at this place. I created a dummy bucket and I have put it in US East 1. And then as of now, if you see, there is no object. At any point of time, I can come and upload an object. But the object by default will be the object, whatever you upload here by default will be private in nature. So you can go ahead and make it public. So let me just come here. Let me say I am uploading this file. and automatically it will say that it is a JPEG file and this is the size of the file, and then it will upload that. It is 329 KB. Upload this. And it is uploaded. So by default, if you go, it is getting stored in a key value format. So if you come here, you can see there is a key, which is the name of the file, and the value is the actual content. Then, one second. Okay, so now if you see there is an object URL here. So if you take this object URL, you can browse it over internet, or from internet, you can come and access the content. But because the file as of now is private in nature, you are not able to do it. So I will go here and make it public. So I can come to this guy, permission, and here I see the ACL, everyone is blank, means nobody has access to this. I can directly edit from here, but that's not the right way to do it. So I can go back to my bucket, then go to my item, then go to actions, and I can make this public. So I can make this public, make public. In turn, this file, use this. Now, if you go inside, go to permission, you will see this has become read. So you get a read access here. Now, again, if you go back here, you will see, refresh this guy. You will see this thing is appearing here. Now, this is one feature. Now, the other features, we will go ahead one by one. So let me just go here. One second. So now what I'll do, I will go to properties, and here you will find something called bucket versioning. Now, what is a versioning? So versioning is very simple. Now, let me say you have a file and you have made some changes to that. Then you kept it at a shared location. Now there is another guy who came and he edited the file. Okay, something like this. So let me say this is my local machine and this is a shared machine. Okay, so I am saying sample code. And here I'm writing a code. So it's a code. Let me say code.py. So you're writing a Python code here. And let me say you're saying import Boto3 and print. You're printing something. My name is because. Suppose you made the changes and you have kept it here in the shared location. But there's another guy who comes in and he makes some changes. Okay, so he changes this guy and he says, I am learning Python. And what he does is, let me say, just to increase the size, I'm putting it like 2-3 times. So this is 3 KB now. So now when I come back, I will see the edited code. I will not see the code which I have. Can I get it back? The answer is no. So I've lost my version. So this can be avoided if you're using a version control tool like Git or something like that, or you can put it on your this place. So what I will do first is bucket versioning, come to edit and enable this. So you click on this enable and then you come and save the changes. So what will happen? Bucket versioning will be enabled. Now, one important thing, once you enable, you don't have a button to disable it. You can suspend it, but you cannot disable it. Okay, so it is enabled. Now what I will do is I'll come back and upload something. So let me come to object, upload, and here I will upload a file. So add a file. And I am here, desktop, sample code, and this is my code. I will upload this file. So this is a text file. So it has been uploaded. And I can close this now. So you can see this file here. So this is code py.txt. It's a text file, 2.2 KB. Now suppose I made some changes again. Okay. So let me come here. Let me take these lines again. So now if you see, it is 25 KB. Okay. I'll try to upload it again. So come to upload and add files. Close this. Okay. So now I have uploaded a new file, which is like 329 KB. Now you will say, where is the version? So if you see here, there is a small toggle button. So just click on this and you will see the different versions of this. So this is my file. See here, code py.txt, code py.txt. So at 1916, I uploaded a file which was 2.2 KB. And now I have uploaded a file which is 24.1 KB. So basically, this is what I can do. I can maintain multiple versions of the same file. So one way it is good, one way it is bad. It is good because I can maintain those files and I don't have any problem there. Okay. So I can contain, I can put like 100 versions, 50 versions, 20 versions, any versions I can put. That is good thing. The bad thing is, let me say you are keeping 5 versions and each version is, let me say 3 GB. So you end up paying for 3 into 5, which is 15 GB. So you pay for 15 GB storage. That is one bad thing. Another good thing which you will see here is that suppose I have this code.py, right? Somebody accidentally deletes the data, means delete it like this, delete, and go here and say. So this is an accidental delete. Okay. Why I'm saying accidental delete, I'll just show you. So as of now, if you come here, you see that the data has been deleted. But then when you come back here and say show versions, you will see that this has actually not been deleted. A delete marker has been updated here. That is all what has happened. So this delete marker is something which you need to go ahead and remove. So it is like going to recycle bin. So you restore and you get it back. So delete marker is something there. You go and remove the delete marker. The moment you remove the delete marker, you get your content back. So let me come here. Delete. So now if you close this and you go back here, you will see your thing here available. So that is another good thing. But if somebody is intentionally deleting the data, so what is intentionally deleting the data? So he will do something like this. He will come to your code and he will not only delete them, he will delete all the versions. Okay, he's deleting everything. Let me say he's deleting everything. Okay, so now he will come to actions and he will say, hold on for a second. So he's deleting both the versions now. Okay, he will come and delete both the versions. So this time it is completely gone. Now you cannot recover it. Okay, so this is about versioning. So versioning will help you to keep multiple copies, but you pay for that storage. But if there is an accidental delete, you will be able to recover. But if there is an intentional delete, then you will not be able to recover. So what is the right way? How should I store the data? So for that, in management, they give you something called, let me close this. So if you come to management here, you will see there is something called a replication rule. So replication rule is like you create a item in your S3 bucket, automatically it will be backed up at a different location. Okay, so I will create a replication rule. I will say that the replication rule, whenever I upload something to my main S3 bucket, automatically it will be replicated to another S3 bucket. Okay, that can be within your account or that can be in some other account also. So let me come here and say create replication rule. So here I will give a name to this. Give any name of your choice. Say rule 45. Okay, and enable this. 0 means highest priority. Now, this is your source bucket, means anything you upload on dummy bucket 3026, so the 3006, which is in North Virginia, you will, so it's a apply to all the objects, and then you choose a destination. So this destination can be some bucket within your AWS region. So I don't have any. So as of now, it is not showing me anything, but I'll create one. Or you can have it in some other account. So let me say your colleague's account, your friend's account, or some different account. So that can be done. So what I will do is quickly, I'll go ahead and create one more S3 bucket for myself. So I'll duplicate this tab. I will come to this dummy bucket or here, and I will create one more bucket. Okay. So this is in North Virginia. I want to take the backup, let me say in Mumbai. So I'll create one more bucket. I will name backup bucket 2. So today is 3003. Let's give this name only, backup bucket, and I can put it anywhere. So let me say I am putting it in Mumbai. Okay. And then go all the way down here, create the bucket. Seeing some unknown error happened. Let me see what happened. ACL is enabled. Unexpected error. Okay, I don't know what happens. Sometimes it will give unexpected error. Let me refresh this guy and do it again. So I will say backup bucket, and let me give 3106. So probably it is not deleted also, the one which I was, sorry. That's it. That's it. Go ahead and create it. So now what I'm doing is I'm creating a backup bucket. And if you see this backup bucket, it is actually present in Asia Pacific. So my purpose here is that whenever I upload data to North Virginia, automatically it should go to Mumbai, and in the backup bucket, it should go and sit. So let me do that. So I will say, choose the bucket in my account only. I will browse S3 and just refresh this guy. You will see the backup bucket is there, which is there in Asia Pacific. Choose the path. So basically you're saying that whatever data will come in my dummy bucket, which is my source bucket, which is in North Virginia, you go ahead and put it here on the backup bucket, which is in Mumbai, and it says enable versioning for this. So just enable this. And then it says IAM role. Now what I told for role, I told that one component of AWS wants to talk with another component of AWS. So you can say choose a IAM role, and you can go ahead and say, I want to create a new one. Okay, because you don't have anything beforehand. Now you can go all the way down here and you can see save the changes. So now what will happen? There will be a rule formed here. A replication rule will be formed here. So you can simply say submit. So if you see here, this is also known as cross-region replication or data backup. So here it is saying anything you upload on your source bucket, which is in North Virginia, will be replicated to Asia Pacific Mumbai to this bucket. So let's go back. Come back here to our main bucket. And let me say I will upload something here. Okay. So let me say upload, add. And let me say I will go with this AWS icon. So this is 1 KB and I'm uploading it. Now it is uploaded. Now wait for some time. So you see this AWS icon. Now if you go inside this AWS icon, you will see one very unique thing here. Here you will see there is something called replication status. And as of now, you see it is pending. So give it a minute max. You will see that within a minute, this will be replicated. When I say replicated, it means it will be backed up in a different S3 location also. So let me just refresh this guy. And here I get it as completed. Now, if I go to my backup bucket, so this is my backup bucket, go inside. See here, it is backed up here. Who has brought it up? So this has been brought up by my replication rule. So this is one very good and an easy way to back up your data, because at any point of time, the data may be lost. Now, even if somebody is coming here, so let me come to my main bucket and let me say he's deleting the file. So AWS image icon, somebody is deleting intentionally, unintentionally, whatever it is. He is just deleting the file. Okay. And first he deleted like this, then he did something like this, and he deleted it from here also. AWS icon.png, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so he deleted from here also. Let me delete from here also. And he deleted it from here also. So this is gone. Now, if you see carefully, this is gone. Let me come back here. This is gone, but no worries. I have the backup. Even if I refresh this guy, it will not be gone. So any changes you do, means any update you do, that will be replicated. But if you delete the file, that will not be replicated. So this is the easiest and the smartest way to keep the backup of the data, whatever you upload on your S3 bucket. Okay, so now we have discovered two things, in fact, three things. First is how to deal private public thing, how to make use of ACL. Then we learned about versioning, how to make use of versioning. And then we learned about cross-region replication. In case when the backup bucket belongs to some different account, will the bucket end point come into picture for integration? If not, then how the cross-region replication will happen? Now, how it will happen is, let me say I have given your ID or your account ID as the account, AWS account name and ID, and then I have given your bucket. So it will go into your bucket. Everything will remain as it is. Only the thing is, okay. Wait a second, please. Yes, there will be a bucket endpoint, and you can go ahead and try it using two different accounts. So if you have two different accounts, just mention the different account ID, the different bucket name, and then you can try this. So the bucket endpoint thing will come into picture. Then my S3 bucket is having 3 GB of data. I have enabled cross-region replication. Do the capacity considered is 3 GB or 6 GB? It will be considered as 6 GB because you have two storages of 3 GB each. So it will be covered as double. So whatever storage you put, it will be covered or it will be calculated. Suppose you are using 3 GB and you have used your friend's account to store another 3 GB. So he will have to pay for 3 GB, you pay for 3 GB. Then first we set versioning. After deleting, then we can see the stored files. No, not required. You do not delete anything. See, that backup will be automatically taken. You don't have to delete anything. The moment you upload, at the same time, the data will also get replicated. So it has nothing to do with deleting of the files or anything like that. I just deleted to show you that even if it is deleted in the source file, it will stay in the destination. So that is why I deleted the data, but you need not delete the data. That's not required. Okay. So this is about cross-region replication, and then we studied about our versioning. Now, many a times you will see that when you're storing the data, the usage of the data is not same. So let me give you an example. Suppose I'm storing something on my S3 bucket, okay? Or let me say on my laptop. So I downloaded a movie. I was seeing a movie and I found it very good. And I downloaded and kept it in my desktop. Then after some day, I feel that no, I'm not seeing that movie anymore. I kept it in the C drive or D drive. Then after 1 month, I kept it in the hard disk. And then in the hard disk, if I feel that the space crunch is there, I delete that file altogether, or I delete that movie file altogether. Now, why am I doing this? Because the data which is very relevant to me may not be relevant to me the other day. For example, if I am a trading website and I want to know what I am trading, so people, what they trade today, what they traded yesterday, maybe what they traded 1 week back is of very high importance to them. But what they traded 1 year back, what they traded 1 month back may not be that important. So what we do is we accordingly put the data. So the default way of putting the data, or when you just don't say anything, by default, it will go to S3 standard. So S3 standard gives you 99.99% of availability, 99 followed by 11 nines of durability. And the data is also replicated by Amazon at 2 different regions. Why? Suppose you're storing your data in North Virginia. Due to some reason, something goes wrong with North Virginia. So at the end of the day, it should be replicated so that you don't lose your data and Amazon don't have to be in a sorry face that, okay, fine, I was not able to do it. That is one. Then this is also known as hot storage. Hot storage means it is very frequently accessed and immediately you need the data. Okay. So the cost, if you see, is on a higher side. Let me say, if you're storing 500 GB of data in 1 month, then you end up paying $11.5 approximate cost. But if the same thing, you put it in S3 infrequent access or S3 IA, rather than putting it in S3 standard, you put it in S3 IA, you save approximately half the money and you say it is only $6.25. Here, the data is not that frequently accessed or it is rarely accessed. So what's the difference? Here, if you see those, durability is same. Availability is little less, 99.99, and here it is 99.90. So the availability is little less, but with that little less thing, I'm able to save almost half the cost. Here you can upload anything of any size. Here it should be minimum 128 KB or it will give you a warning. Here there's a lock period. So if you put once, minimum you should keep here for 30 days. If you don't keep for 30 days, then also they will charge you for 30 days only. So be careful when you're using this. And here, when you store the data, there is no fee, but when you retrieve your data, there will be the retrieval fee or retrieval charge. So why am I doing this? Why I'm using or why I'm putting the data in S3 IA? So S3 IA means infrequently accessed. Data is not that frequently accessed. So I can put it with a lower fee in S3 and I get almost the same services with a certain limitations, but I'm able to save a good amount of money. Further, if I want to save money, I can go with S3 one-zoned IA. So when I go with S3 one-zoned IA, basically what happens is further I can reduce my cost. Why? Because the data is not backed up. It is only kept in one zone. One zone is only in one place it is kept. So you don't have the backup. Here, if the data is gone, it is gone. You have to take the backup of the data. So you are not putting on Amazon, and hence Amazon is giving you a discount here. Then intelligent tier, I'll come later. Then there is S3 Glacier and S3 Glacier Deep Archive. So these are archival solutions. So when I say archival solution, if you see here, the cost is very less, almost like $2 per 500 GB, and it is per GB, and it is mostly used for archivals and backup. You can restore your data, but it may take hours, like 4 hours it will take for you to get your data. So if you request your data now, probably you may get it back after 4 hours. When you go with Deep Archive, Glacier Deep Archive, again, this is also used for archival and backup, but here the cost is further less because it may take 12 to 48 hours for you to get your data back. Here it may be some 4 hours, but here the data may be 12 to 48 hours is what you will get your data back. So if you're ready to So Glacier Deep Archive is even more cheap, and the simple reason is because they are storing the data in some cold storage. Not when I say cold storage, it's not that cold storage, what you vegetable cold storage, not like that. We say it's a cold storage where the data is kept in a very secure manner. And when you retrieve the data, only the retrieval time will be on a higher side, but still you will get your data. So if you see Glacier, the data remains intact, no issue with the data, but the availability is not guaranteed. You may get it in 2 hours, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 4 hours. So that is the challenge here. Then you see there is no limit, put any amount of data, but you have to keep there for 90 days. If you don't keep for 90 days, then you're lost. Even if you keep for 1 day, at the end of the day, Amazon will charge you for 1 day as 90 day only. 4 hours is the time. We have to wait for 4 hours to get your data, and then you can get your data back. So how and why should I use this? So first is I know that why I should use this, because I'm able to save a good amount of money if I'm doing it. How to use it? So if I have to use this, I will come back to my management. Here, I will see there is something called management here, and here there is something called life cycle rule. So life cycle rule means data transition rule. It is also known as data transition rule. So I can create a rule here, or I can create a life cycle rule. Create, give any name to this, say rule 55, give any name. And here say apply to all the objects in the bucket, whatever it is. So it is saying that whatever you have in bucket is very small in size. And so, okay, no problem. And it says move the current version. Move the current version. So whatever is there, let's move it. So when you start, it is in S3 standard. So here it is saying from S3 standard, I will take it to S3 standard IA. Let me say I will take it in 30 days. Okay. Then add another transition rule. I'm saying from S3 standard IA, I will take it to S3 one zoned IA in 60 days. Then I will say, give me 1 second, I can see 2 questions here. How to store application logs in S3 bucket from an EC2 instance? Okay, I'll come to that, Kanika. Give me some time. What is ACL? So ACL, I told in the previous class also, ACL is access control list. So basically, let me say on your EC2, on your S3 bucket, you have 2 items. One, you want to make it public. The other one, you want to keep it as private. So in that case, you have to make use of ACL. So if you remember, while making a content public, I use that make public thing. That make public thing is ACL for me. And the application log thing, you give me some time. When I'll cover EC2, then I will come and tell you how that log can be stored here. Okay. So this is my S3 standard. From S3 standard, I'm saying go to S3 standard IA in 30 days. From S3 standard, VPC will come later, not now. I told you that things will come slowly. Let's concentrate on what we are doing right now. So S3 standard IA after 30 days, one zoned IA after 60 days. After that, I will try to put it in. So it is saying that the size is very less, but I'm saying, okay, don't worry. So I'm going to put it in Glacier, which is now known as Glacier Flexible Retrieval. So I'm putting here, let me say after 1 year, which is 365 days. Then I'll add transition, and here I will put it in deep archive. And in deep archive, I will put it after 760 days. So if you see carefully, this is my transition rule. Means automatically go to 1A in 30 days, one zoned IA in 60 days, archive Glacier in 365 days, and here deep archive in 760 days or 2 years approximately. And I will come here and it is showing the same thing. Day 0, it is in S3 standard. Day 30th, it will go to IA. Then day 60, it will go to one zoned IA. After 1 year, it will go to Glacier. And after 760 days, it will go to deep archive. And I can go ahead and say, create a rule for me. And it will work as expected without any problem. But I see one problem. The data usage may not fit into this rule because there are chances that the usage is very much non-uniform. So let me say I need a file on a monthly basis. I need a file on daily basis. I may need a file on yearly basis. So there are many things which we can think about in a real-time scenario. So this is not the right way to work. So what is the right way to work? So let me delete this, go to delete and delete this. And here you can go ahead and say, I want to create a transition rule, but I will use S3 rule. Let me say this is 99. And I will say this rule will come to this guy, intelligent tiering. So intelligent tiering, what it will do is it will go ahead and see my data usage. How am I using the data? Okay. So if I'm using the data, some data I'm using frequently, then this will go ahead and keep it in my S3 standard. Not using frequently, it will keep it in S3 standard IA. Then if not at all using, then it will keep in archival. So it will only decide based on the usage pattern. Okay, how I am using the data, it will decide. It will monitor, let me say for 30 days, how I am using the data, and automatically it will take a decision. And then this machine learning algorithm will run in the background, see my data usage pattern, and accordingly make decisions. So this is the smart way of working. So you can enable this S3 transition rule. Now let me go ahead and take a few questions here. Is it compulsory to go by order? No, it is not compulsory to go by order. If you directly want to put your data in deep archive, you can go ahead and put it. Okay, but everywhere there is a limitation. Like today I'm using, let me just go ahead and show you one thing. So let me say today I'm using rule 33. So if I want to go to deep archive, okay, so it cannot be like after 5 days, I will go and put it in deep archive. It will not work, I guess. See here, it is giving me an error. Oh, sorry, it is giving me an error for this. So this is working. So basically what I'm saying, after 5 days only, you go and put it in this thing, deep archive. So you can do that. So day 0, it is an S3 standard, and day 5 only, you're putting it in Glacier. You can do this. It is up to you. Okay, so there is no hard and fast rule here. You can go ahead and do in whichever way you want. So I don't want these rules, so I can go ahead and simply delete these rules. And now I will open it for questions. If anyone has any questions, please go ahead. Anyone having any questions can go ahead. I will.
Yeah, Vikas sir.
Yeah.
Can I see the replicated versioning after done, where we can see the destination, the location of destination?
Let me just come here. So this is my dummy bucket, or this is my source bucket. So what I will do, I'll upload something. So let me say I will upload the text file which I have done here. So if you see here, there is something called, okay, this is my icon. Okay. So this is 39 KB and this is a PNG file. Let me upload this. Now this is uploaded. Close this. Now go inside this. If you see here, the replication is pending right now. So let's wait. Generally, less than a minute is what it will take, and then it will get replicated. Again, it will depend on the size of the file. If the size of the file is bigger, it will take a bigger time. So let's wait for a minute. After 1 minute, you will see that the file has been replicated. And you can see here, it is completed now. Now, because it is completed, I can go ahead and see in my destination bucket. Now, who is my destination bucket? So let me come down here to buckets. And here in the backup bucket, I can see this guy, AWS PNG. When was it uploaded? So 7/25/52. So it has been uploaded. Wait a second. Okay, I've uploaded to dummy bucket. And it says that replication is successful. Let me see the replication rule. The replication says that.
Sandy.
backup bucket. So let me just refresh this guy. And you can see this guy is appearing here. When was it uploaded? 79947. So this is the replication thing. Okay.
While doing the replication, backup bucket version is enabled. Should we enable or not enable? It's required.
We should enable. We should enable. In fact, when I was practicing, I just showed you that it is mandatory for you to enable that, else it will not work.
One more question. So while browsing the object in a backup bucket, so we'll able to access. So if enable the public in the source bucket.
Yes, yes.
Suppose
All
in
the things you
bucket,
can do.
Suppose in source
Everything you can
bucket we enable the public access, and we not enable in the backup bucket. So would they able to
So
access the,
from backup, you will not be able to access, but from your actual, it will be, you will be able to access.
okay, so source bucket, yeah, I enable only source bucket, so we'll able to access only source bucket. But
Only source bucket.
if we have able to browse the backup bucket, so we need to enable public as well as backup.
You need to enable at both places.
Hi, Vikas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have a question. So you're storing our data in S3, and automatically it is when we give backup, you're storing it in the backup also, right?
Yes.
So it's going to be a double charge, right? In case.
It will be double. But see,
And
there are companies like Facebook, Google, they are running and they're doing everything on data only. So data is very important. You can't stay without data. You have to take that extra cost.
Okay. And in one more, so you showed us like in case if you are deleting the
Wait,
original one.
One second. If you're not speaking, can you go on?
Arjun, hello, green color.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So in that case, I just wanted to know one more. So when we delete the data from the main folder, it doesn't get deleted in the backup folder, right?
It will not get deleted.
So in case if I am by myself, I'm cleaning up the main folder. So again, we have to take responsibility, go and delete in the backup also.
Yes, you will have to take that responsibility of cleaning from the backup also. It will not automatically get deleted.
Okay.
And this is a chargeable, right? It's a,
Yes. See,
yeah.
anything below 5 GB is not chargeable. If you go beyond 5 GB, it will be chargeable. So if you are within free tier limits, it is not chargeable. But if you're outside, yes, it is chargeable. So I believe that you will not upload anything more than 5 GB, so it is not chargeable. Nikhil has,
Okay.
And for the practice purpose, if we do so, immediately we need to delete all those things,
yes,
right?
you can delete it. That's a
Yeah.
good practice. Once your practice is done, go ahead and delete it. Don't keep it running. Does intelligent tier move files back and forth from S3 standard to S3 IA on the usage? No. It is not back and forth. It is only like S3 intelligent tier will see back and forth movement automatically will not happen. Okay. You see from it's a one-way, what you can say, sending of data. So from S3 standard, you can send it to archive, but from archive, you have to manually go and pull the data, because when you need, right? S3 intelligent tier is a machine learning algorithm. So how will a machine learning algorithm know when you need the data? So when you need the data, you need to go and take it out. So that is up to you when you want the data. So it is not to and fro. It is only one way. 5 GB is maximum for S3. No. 5 GB is not the maximum storage. It is covered under free tier. If you want to upload a file, which is, let me say 20 GB, 20 TB, 200 petabytes, you can go ahead and do it. There is no problem at all. There is no issue with storage on AWS. Does replication take care of replicating the files that are loaded? If you enable that feature, yes, it will be taking care of that also. So while enabling the replication rule, say that I want to do it for the existing objects also. So if you do it for existing objects, it will take care of that also.
Yeah.
Suppose I forgot to delete the file, what happened? see, if you delete the file, you don't delete the file, it is up to you. But in case you forget to delete and it is not covered under free tier, then charges will be there. If it is covered under free tier, then there is no problem. So these things you will have to see in the free tier limit. And do not wait for the next day. If you are not using it, then and there, go ahead and delete it. How could a user gain access to a particular S3 bucket? You will have to create an IAM user and you have to give them the access. So like that, he will get access to your S3 bucket. Okay.
Because if we practice within us, like also if, for example, if my colleague, if we are doing the practicing and we are sharing the IAM user, like, so in that case, will it be charged?
No,
no.
it will not be charged.
Okay. And the second thing, like if we are getting, see, generally we create the instances, S3 buckets and all, we do get the unexpected error. So there is any AWS provided any provision for checking the logs kind of?
That is all will come with practice. You cannot, you can take the message, put it on Google and just go to Stack Overflow and all those things. But all these things will come by practice only. That's why I'm asking you to practice and get your hands dirty.
Okay, so there is no any behind code inbuilt where we can see these things.
You can browse in Google. That's the only way.
All right, yeah.
So S3 session is over. That much?
No, S3. Wait, I will tell you. I told, right, IAM is over. Like that, another 2 classes will be there for S3. Then I will tell you S3 is done. So S3 is there. A lot of things are still there. Okay, fine, guys. So we meet tomorrow again, and from there we will go ahead and take it ahead.
Because one doubt.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm creating S3 via one server and I'm terminating the server, but the S3 will stay intact, right?
Tell me again.
I'm creating a server and I'm creating an S3 with that server.
You're creating a server and then a S3.
Yeah, EC2 instance.
Okay.
And with that, I'm creating S3 and everything.
Yeah.
So in future, I'm deleting the EC2, which I don't require. So the S3 and all will be accessible, or how can that?
It will be accessible. Whatever is present will be accessible.
Okay, so if it should be, permission should be given to some other account also, then only it will be accessible, right?
If you are giving to some other account, then an IAM role has to be created.
Okay.
Source bucket needs versioning, but not want to maintain replicate the first example, Nikhil, which I showed you there, we were only enabling the versioning. We did not enable the replication. So it is up to you what you want to enable, what you don't want to enable. It is totally up to you. How to get a user access to a particular bucket? Create an IAM user for that.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, I wanted to know, you said that for the first 5 GB of data of S3 storage, you do not receive any bill. That's true, right?
Yes.
So, sir, is it because like for the first object of S3, because it is the maximum size an object inside an S3 that could be accommodated is 5 GB. So is that so like for the first object, you don't receive any bill?
The object size can be anything. It can be 1 GB, 2 GB, 1 KB, 2 KB. It can be anything. The only thing is that the collective storage which you get on S3, which is covered under free tier, is 5 GB. You upload 1 file, 2 file, 100,000, whatever files you want to upload, you upload. That is not at all a concern.
For S3 standard?
Yes, S3 standard. It is throughout. S3 standard, archive, whatever it is.
Okay. Yes, thank you, sir.
Fine.
Because, just one thing. Just no question. One request, because if you get that recording link in the same day, it will be great.
See, I will ask the coordinators to share the recording as soon as possible, but sometimes due to technical glitch or then it is not. Sometimes it may happen, but I will request them to share on the same day, because the recordings, I can understand you will want it on the same day so that you can practice.
Because I think here I'm Deepankar. You told that maybe you will be act as a coordinator for our group. So you will be only sending that link, Vikash?
You can message me. I will. Who is your coordinator?
You pinged us in that group that you will be our coordinator, itself.
Okay, you ping me, I will take care. PPT and all, please contact your coordinator. I've shared everything with the coordinator. The coordinator will share all the PPTs and all with you.
Fine, Vikas. Thank you.
Okay, fine guys. See you then tomorrow.
Thank you, Vikas.
Thank you.